I just finished. I just got shot number 2. Good morning, everyone. Do you know what today is? Today is vaccination day. I'm trying to figure out how to put my seatbelt on while I am holding you. Yeah, so I'm gonna go to the mall. I'm gonna quickly stop into one store without kids to see if they have jeans in my size that aren't up to here. The high waist does not work for me. And then I will go get in line for shot number 2, the last shot, until they add boosters if they do. So yeah, let's go. I just finished. I just got shot number 2. Holy moly. The line has exploded behind me. I'm so glad that my appointment was a little bit earlier, because now the line is wrapping around the building. But I just did my 15 minutes. The sun feels amazing. I don't feel great. My heart feels a little weird, but it doesn't seem to be getting worse. Hopefully I can walk after this, but I promised them pretzels, so instead of walking through the inside, I'm walking out in the sun. And I'm gonna go in there and upstairs and get some pretzels and bring them home. I did it. Shot 2 is done. Here we go. I'll tell you more details, including about how I got stuck twice. All right, let's go. We're done. Countdown starts. 2 weeks and I'm as vaccinated as I can get. Got a little teary going in, but they were playing music. They were playing the Monkees, I'm a Believer. And then when the song ended, it started again. And it snapped me out of it. So the lines, yeah, I went in straight away. I was like 2 minutes before my 12:20 appointment. And they send me through, but I am like stopping probably every 3 or 4 6-foot lines. I would have to pause for a little while and then move forward. But it kept going, and there weren't too many times where I had to stand for a while. when I got through registration and the line after that to get to a table, they sent me to one, but it was shift change right then. So the person had just logged out when they sent me to her table. So I was waiting for the next person to sign in and her password wasn't working. So after about 5 minutes there, I got sent to another table. They were shifting people there too. So she got logged in no problem. And after a few minutes, she was able to start my process. She did the jab, and unfortunately, like, I felt it hit something. It felt like it went to my bone. And she's like, oh, I hit something. And she pulled it out and immediately jabbed again. She's like, I'm sorry, I have to do it again. I hit something. I don't know if it was scar tissue or something, but I wanted to make sure I got everything in there. So yeah, I got jabbed twice, but she said I did not bleed at all. We had just discussed that I'm on blood thinning medicine for life and the reasons why. So she was a little surprised I didn't bleed, but I didn't bleed for the first one. I don't seem to bleed there. You could look at my fingers and a paper cut would appear and bleed for 3 days straight. But yeah, my shoulder doesn't seem to bleed, so that's a small blessing. And yeah, instant sore arm again. My heart feels like somebody's squeezing it a little bit, but it could still be nerves. I don't know. I could be coming off of adrenaline. But I did my 15 minutes. Siri is very great about it. She sets a timer for me so I don't have to obsess. And yeah, then I headed out the exit, and the exit is now completely clogged up by people in line. It's in an empty department store. That's what I'm looking for, Nordstrom's. And it's like a corner unit. So you go in one side and you come out the other. But the line is wrapping around the building, and it's a lot of people. They're not 6 feet apart. They're more like 3 to 4. And they're letting them go into the building in little batches. I walked past. I had to walk in the street to get past. I decided to go outside to the food court entrance. But then I walked through the mall to get out because I didn't want to walk past all those people again. So yeah, I got pretzels. I'm gonna head home. Everybody's waiting for me. I went to that store to find jeans, and I guess it's my lucky day because it was buy one get one free jean day. So I bought and tried on 2, but I came up to purchase them, and they're like, oh no, this pair is supposed to be in the clearance section. We're sorry, we put it on the wall by mistake. So it'd be cheaper if you choose a third pair, and those you'll get the clearance one for $10, and then the buy one get one is what you would have gotten with the other 2, if that makes sense. I'm not making sense. I'm anxious from being around people. So yeah, instead of 2 pairs for $50, I got 3 pairs for $60. So I call that a win. I didn't try on the third one, but it's the same size. The only reason I tried on the others is because I got a 2 instead of a 0 because I wanted to get the light wash with some rips in it. Sorry, there's a dog here that's in. Oh God, that was all the way up my nose to my brain. Oh, that didn't feel good at all. It made my eyes water. Oh, man. Yeah, so jeans, check. Vaccine, check. Pretzels, check. Gotta go home. Hello everyone, it is quiet time now. As you saw, we took a quick walk. Not really quick, it was about an hour and a half. We walked up through the neighborhood, out to a shopping center. Quick stop into Walgreens, but we decided because they were getting the kids allergy medicine that we would go over to the grocery store. And it was much cheaper there. Got some juices, and Sebastian wanted some beef jerky. Loves his meat. So funny since I'm a vegetarian, but yeah, so we did that and just got home right as my husband was getting ready to go out. Jax has already been out at the park. He finally got his 3D World and Bowser's Fury game. We just set it to download. He turned in all the points that he had earned, and he's actually in negative $1. He was just short, but he's gonna do that. We're gonna do about an hour quiet time. My arm is sore. But I just tried on that third pair of jeans that I didn't get to try on at the store, and that it's perfect. It's actually nice and long. I get 0 regular for all of them except for the one that I got a larger size just because I really liked the distressing. But yeah, that one's a lot longer, so I'm excited about that. Sometimes my ankles are a little cold. Like I wish they were all an inch longer. I'm 5'7", so I'm not super tall, but I'm not short. So generally regular is a tad too short, but long is too long. So I'm excited that that one has longer legs. It's a little bit higher rise, but it's still considered low rise and still below my belly button. So yay! You're gonna watch Grizzly and the Lemmings? All right. My arm is getting sore, so I am going to, gonna curl up here, and it's gonna be dinner time in an hour, so this is gonna be a short one. Hey friends, we just had an hour-long quiet time until my husband got home. He headed out to the garage, and the boys are upstairs doing the new video game, Bowser's Fury or something. Well, Sebastian's watching, but he's happy. I have a very sore arm, and the tired is kicking in. But yeah, I don't know if you're going to be able to see because I am made of freckles, but I have twin shot dots. So let me try and show you where they are. Lighting's a little weird. It's those two right there. There's like a big freckle and there's a line. It almost looks like 3, but let me focus it on here. It is, that's a little scab and that's a little scab, and you can kind of see that they're raised when I push on them. They've got like a ring around them. She said I didn't bleed even a drop, but they are scabbed over. I can feel little scabs there. This up here is all freckles. But yeah, there's my vampire COVID shot. I don't know if it's gonna bruise. I had the faintest bruise with the last one, but you can barely see anything again because I have so many freckles and it goes so deep. I swear that first jab went to the bone. I think she felt my bone. She's like, I felt something, sorry. She didn't think she'd be able to plunge it all the way, so she pulled it out and tried to stick it in a squishier spot. I mean, I used to give myself shots of blood thinners because originally all my medical issues arose when I had Sebastian. He was a newborn, he was nursing around the clock, and none of my doctors would sign off on me going on aspirin as a blood thinner. It just was too risky. So yeah, Lovenox was it. And I started out having to do it 2 times a day until I saw a specialist in Georgetown who thought that a higher dose once a day would be fine. I'm like, thank you. I'm so tired of sticking myself with needles twice a day when you're as bony as I am around the middle. There's just nothing, no soft tissue to grab and pinch and inject into, so I just had lumps and bruises all the time. And I made it about 11 months doing that to myself every night when finally I felt that I had a long enough window right at night to switch to aspirin, and my doctors agreed but left it up to me. Again, they don't want to be liable for anything, but they agreed that seemed logical. If I could, all the literature pointed to 2 hours of no nursing to let it go through my system. 20 minutes in, the aspirin is in my bloodstream and could go into the breast milk. He has since stopped nursing completely at age 4, like just after age 4, he weaned himself. So I now am completely free to take my aspirin whenever, it's not a concern. And yeah, so thus I have recently, in the past week, started taking it right after dinner. It does give me very sharp, acidy stomach pains if I don't take it with food. So yeah, that's my blood thinner journey. It does seem to do a good job. Periods are a disaster. Paper cuts bleed for days and don't scab over. Like if I nick myself in the shower, it's like a bloodbath, and I have to keep a band-aid on it for a week because it won't scab over. So it definitely does a good job. And I stopped having migraines. I had aura migraines, so visual migraines, since I was a teenager. And whenever I'd be pregnant, I would get like up to 30 a day, which would make it so I couldn't even drive because it obstructs your vision for like 40 minutes. And as soon as I went on blood thinners, they went away. So I read that sometimes those aura ones are tiny infarcts, the tiny clots, mini strokes that can get behind your eyes and the optical part of your brain or something. It's been a while since I read that, but yeah, no more migraines is amazing because they were so disruptive. Even if they usually didn't do anything more than just give me a bad headache because you have flashing lights in your eyes for an hour, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't see. You close your eyes and it's still there because it's in your brain. But yeah, I don't even know why I'm saying all this. It's just COVID shot. So yeah, I'm going to do a little bit more. I think maybe I'll cut out the straps to these little sandals I was talking about, and then see what else I want to work on until my husband's ready for dinner. I did get a zucchini today when we were out on our walk. We stopped into a store to get the boys' allergy pills, and I think we're gonna save it because it's gonna be really rainy this week, but it's still beautiful, and we just took warm walks, and we never want soup after that. We want soup on cold or rainy days, so maybe we can get Mexican food because I kind of crave that. I'll see what he's up for.
I want to keep it on.
Well, I've got to trim that part. It's getting in your face. Hey friends, Sebastian is in the shower. As you saw, I did a little haircut. Well, it's a pretty big haircut. He hasn't had a haircut in a long time. He's supposed to have an undercut, and his hair was like over an inch, I'd say. It's getting pretty long. Still my fluffy, fine blonde hair, but he's adorable. He looks so cute with an undercut. He always with the underwear and the pants. I don't have enough hands to do that right now. This one can't really go past here. But yeah, about that. Vaccination number 2 is activating the 5Gs. Or so they say. I don't know what's going on over here. What is going on over here? He's getting a book. Excuse me. That's why I found that ottoman over here. He was standing on that, trying to get a Pokemon book up there. So, I feel like I've talked to you a lot, so there's probably not a whole lot to say. After I did a tiny bit of crafting, I went upstairs, folded some laundry because I washed my new jeans plus some more of our clothes, and my husband ordered Mexican food. When that was picked up by the DoorDash person, I started cooking Jack's a quesadilla. Neither of them finished their dinner. I guess they weren't feeling it, so they didn't get treats, but I ate all mine, and I got chocolate covered frozen bananas. I'm sticking with the no food past 8, and then I have breakfast, lunch, snacks, dinner as usual, and so far so good. My digestion is doing a lot better, and I'm also retaining less water, but of course I need to do this for an entire hormonal cycle because that can massively affect things, and I need to see how it does throughout all of that. But I'm happy so far. I did have a really unhealthy lunch of greasy pretzel bites covered in salt, so we'll see how my body deals with that. I feel like it's been enough time that that would start affecting me now, so maybe I'll be all right. But yeah, normally when I'm sitting here around midnight is when I can like literally feel my abdomen filling up with bloat. Like it happens over like a 3-minute span, and then suddenly I'm like 6 months pregnant. So it hasn't happened since I stopped eating everything past 8. So fingers crossed. If that's all I have to give up instead of like a million foods to feel better, I will do it. Though it would be nice to have some popcorn and a late night movie occasionally, but I might have to suffer for that. So yeah, there's that. Vaccine, I will keep you updated on how I feel, but I pretty much gave you the rundown. I kind of look like a vampire victim, but the scab dots are so tiny and kind of brown, so they just look like 2 freckles that I know are not freckles because they hurt and they're bumps and you can feel the scabs. But no shade for the lady doing my vaccine. Sounds like she used to be a physician assistant. I think there's different things, and it's like almost to a doctor level. It's like a fast-paced education that gets you nearly to doctor, from what I've heard. So I think she said she was that, and that she had encountered my stroke kind of situation in her years of practice. But yeah, anyone who's had a medical license in the past 20 years, including veterinarians and dentists, are eligible to volunteer to give vaccinations. It's amazing how many volunteers are there. They really make it a well-oiled machine. I wish I could show you, but for privacy, we're not allowed to take any photos or video. But they have, what is it? I forget what the name of their vests said, but it's Sight Flow. Tan vests said Sight Flow on the back. They are the people that direct you through the queues, tell you which line to go to next, what table and everything. Then there's intake, and these are the people at the table with their computers that make sure you have an appointment, double check what vaccine you're getting, give you your card if it's your first shot. Then there are the red vest vaccinators. They are the ones you go to their table. They're the medical staff who give you the jab. And then you go to the blue vests. I believe they didn't have anything on the back, but they were the ones that monitor us when we're doing our 15 or 30-minute wait. And so I'm assuming that's just medical. Yeah, it was a good experience again, a lot slower. There's a lot more people, a lot of me walking through lines, as you saw, and then hitting the vaccine tables right at shift change. So everybody was having to log out of the laptop, and then the next person would log in, and I sat down at somebody's table. She's like, oh no, this is not going to work. I don't think she really knew her password. And sure enough, 5 minutes there, it just wasn't working. She sent me somewhere else, and they were about to shift change. Luckily, hers went right in. So yeah, a little bit different than the first time, especially with the double jab, but no complaints, no complaints. I'm happy to have it done in 2 weeks. I will be as good as it can get. I'm not gonna just rip off my mask and run willy-nilly into everybody's house and all the stores, because how do I know how well my body took it? I don't, unless somebody gives me a blood test and says how well my blood can fight off COVID. I don't know. I just have to assume 90% or higher by the time I get to 2 weeks. What I will do is we'll be around our dear friend and that we consider family, Yvonne, because he's going to be fully vaccinated too. And we will not have to do masks for the first 5 days of our trip. We'll just be together. What I will do is put a mask on and go into Trader Joe's. It's small enough that I feel like I can actually get a shopping cart and walk through there. I don't know that I'm going to be up for the weekly shopping trip for a while. I'm probably going to continue to order that. What else am I up for? I'm going to go to the eye doctor. I haven't gone since April 4th or 5th, 2019. They are pounding me with the text alerts that it's time for my appointment. And I constantly get text alerts about with the dentist, so I need to go there. I'm not excited about opening my mouth and having people in my mouth and other people in the building with their mouths open and spit spraying everywhere. Not excited about that. So that's definitely going to be after the trip when I've had the full 2 weeks. I don't know what else, but baby steps. I'm still going to be almost exactly the same amount of cautious, just tiny little things that I'll mask up and do. And I just really can't put the dentist off anymore. I'm sure the crud is building up on my teeth. And watch me find out I have cavities when I never do. I did when I skipped the dentist for like 10 years. But then I've gone ever since and been fine. But maybe the things they were watching, the old fillings and stuff, have failed. I don't know. I don't really get mouth pain, so I wouldn't know. Every time I'm told I have a cavity, it's complete news to me because I don't get cavity pain. No. Either that or my old dentist was lying to me and I didn't actually have cavities and she just wanted to give me 10,000 fillings for no reason. But yeah, that's just where I am with life getting to change a little bit. Numbers are going up here. We've been in the 6th percentile for percentage of positive tests in our county for like it was a month or two, and now the last few days it's been creeping up and we're almost to 8% now, 7.7. So we are kind of waiting to see if we get a 4th wave here. Anyway, I've got a lot to clean up here. We didn't fix anything up since quiet time. My husband's not going to enjoy having those cars there, and I need to get him out of the shower so I can go down and sink a hiccup. Good night. So I'm going to leave you here. Good night, guys. Thanks for coming along on this journey with me. If you've had the shot, let me know your experience. If you're about to, let me know. I'd love to check in on you afterwards. Good night. Stay safe. Be kind and don't forget, wash your hands.